Hi guys, today we're doing the lesson for I the Creator by Monuments. This is in a variation of drop A sharp tuning on a 7 string. So the intro riff starts off on the open second string, followed by the 13th fret second string, 14th fret first string, back to the open second string. Then we're going to slide 13 to 12 on the second string, hit the open second string after that, and then go to the 15th fret first string. Okay, then the next bit is the open second string followed by the 10th fret, then the 12th fret first string, open second string, 10 slide to 8, open second string followed by the 9th fret first string. Okay. Then we have the open second string again, then the 7th fret, 8th fret first string, open second string, slide 7 to 5, open second string, then the 5th fret, then the open second string, 7th fret. Then straight to the 5 this time, and then off to the open. Then we're sliding 5 to 4 on the second string, at the open second string, and then play the 7th fret first string. Okay, and that's a whole riff, and we just repeat this a bunch of times. I think it's 4 times or something like that. While the intro riff is playing, we also have the same riff being played down a couple of octaves. We're going to play the open 7th string, followed by the 13th fret on the 7th string, the 12th fret on the 6th string, and then the open 7th string again. Then we're going to slide 13 to 12 on the 7th string, play the open 7th string, and then play the 13th fret on the 6th string. Okay, the next bit goes on the open 7th string again, 10th fret 7th string, 10th fret 6th string, open 7th string. Then we're going to slide 10 to 8 on the 7th string, open 7th string followed by the 9th fret this time on the 6th string. Okay. Then we're on to the open 7th string followed by the 7th fret, and then the 6th fret on the 6th string, followed by the open 7th string, and then the 7th fret straight to the 5th. Then the open 7th string, and then the 5th fret. Then the open 7th string, 7th fret, 5th fret. Open 7th string, 5th fret, slide to 4. Open 7th string, and then the 5th fret on the 6th string. Underneath the intro section we have this rhythm section, which is pretty simple. It's just the top 3 strings are open, and then our first finger is on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Okay, we're going to play a double hit of these strings. Okay, and then we follow up with 5 more hits. Okay. Then we're going to do 3 single hits, and then just repeat all of that again, okay? and then this just keeps repeating. I'm going to split this next rhythm section into two small parts. The first part is how it starts off, so this is all pan muted, starting off on the open 7 string. Okay, one hit and then down up. But when we do that down, we're going to mute the 7 string with these fingers and then lift them up for the up. Okay. Then we're going to do 2 more of these muted hits, and then the 6th string, 6th fret, 1 hit there, and then the open 7 string again. So that's the first part. The second part is quite similar but not exactly the same, and then it just repeats until the next section. So this next part is 2 double hits of the muted strings, or the muted string, 7 string. Okay, and then 1 unmuted hit, and then another unmuted hit after that. And then 2 more muted hits, and then the 6th string, 6th fret, and the open 7 string after that. So part 1 here, and then part 2, and then part 2 just keeps repeating. Over the top of the rhythm section we have a clean guitar doing this. Okay, so that's the 5th fret 6th string, followed by the open 5th string, then back to that 6th string, and then we follow that up with the open 4th string. And we do that 4 times. Then we move down to the 3rd fret and do the exact same thing. Okay. Then we move down to the 1st fret, except this time we're going to do the 6th string on the 1st fret and then have our middle finger down on the 2nd fret 4th string. And then we alternate between having that down and lifting that finger up, so it's the open 4th string. Okay, then after doing that 4 times, you go up to the 9th fret on the 6th string, the 7th fret on the 5th string, okay? And what we're going to do is the 6th string and then the open 4th string. Then back to that 6th string and then the 5th string on the 7th fret. Okay. The next section starts off on the 6th fret, 6th string, okay, and then we follow that with the open 7th string. Then we're going to do this tapping section, so we're going to start off by tapping with our middle finger onto the 17th fret, 4th string. Then we're going to pull off to our 3rd finger on the 5th fret, slide up to the 8th fret, okay. Then we're going to put our 1st finger down on the 5th fret, 6th string, and then tap again like we did before on the 17th fret, pull off to that 5th fret, and then slide up to the 6th fret this time. Okay, now this time 1st finger goes down to the 5th fret, 5th string. We're going to tap 17 again, pull off to that 5th fret, and then slide down to the 1st fret, pull off to the open string. Okay. Okay. The next part starts off on the 1st fret of the 7th string. We're going to pick it, bend, and then hit the open 5th string. Okay. Then we're going to do 2 pan muted hits of the open 7th string and do it again. Do that same bend and open 5th string, and then 2 more pan muted hits, and then the 6th string, 6th fret, followed by the open 7th string. Then we're going to do that tapping section again. And then this time, we're going to bend that same first fret 7th string, but this time, we're going to do 2 more hits of that first fret. Okay? Then we're going to slide 3rd fret to 5th fret, apologies, on the 6th string. Then take the 7th string on the 3rd fret. Then slide 5 to 6 on the 6th string. Then do 2 hits of the open 7th string. And then do 10 on the 7th string, 12 on the 5th string, 8 on the 4th string, and the open 2nd string. Okay. Good. And then we're going to repeat that tapping section again. We're going to repeat this again. And then we're going to go all the way to the end of the way we did it before. Except this time, instead of doing that, we're just going to do 4 hits of the open 7th string, okay? Other than that, it's exactly the same. Now on to this strumming section. So we're starting off with the top 3 strings open and our first finger on the 4th string of the 2nd fret. We're going to hit that once and let it ring out. Then we're going to bring our middle finger over to the 8th fret on the 7th string. Make sure to roll it down so it's muting the 6th string. Pinky takes the 5th string of the 10th fret, and first finger is on the 4th string of the 7th fret. And that's with the bottom 3 strings open as well. Then we're going to use our first finger to play the 4th fret of the 7th string. We're going to hit that 4 times, and then bring our middle finger onto the 5th fret 4th string, and our pinky is on the 7th fret 1st string. 6th string is muted, and then the rest of the strings are open. Okay. Then we're going to bring our middle finger to the 5th fret this time. Pinky takes, again 6th string is muted, pinky takes the 4th string of the 7th fret, and first finger takes the 3rd string, the 4th string of the 3rd fret. Then we're going to slide the shape up to the 10th, 8th, 10th, and 12th fret. Okay. And then this time we're going to go to the 1st fret on the 7th string. Middle finger is on the 4th string of the 3rd fret, and pinky is on the 4th string of the 5th fret. Now this time we're going to pivot, so our 3rd finger drops down onto the 4th fret of the 7th string, and first finger is on the 1st string of the 2nd fret. Oops. And then we go back to the beginning chord and repeat this. So I think we do this like 4 times or something like that. Underneath the strumming section we have a clean guitar doing this. Okay, so let's start now with the pinky on the 5th string of the 5th fret, then 2nd fret of the 4th string, and the open 5th string this time. Then we do the 1st fret 3rd string, 2nd fret 4th string, back to the 1st fret 3rd string. Okay, first finger down on the 4th fret 5th string. So that's 5th string, open 4th string, and then back to that 4th fret 5th string. And then open 3rd, 4th, and 5th strings. And then we repeat that. only difference here is we play the open third, open fourth, and this time 4th fret, 5th string to end. And then we just repeat these both parts over again. Now we're on to this bridge breakdown section. We're going to start with our first finger on the 1st fret. We're going to hit this, bend and pull off to the open string. Okay? And then we're going to hit the open 7th string 2 more times. Then we're going to use our first finger on the 5th fret 3rd string and pinky on the 4th string of the 8th fret. And then do four kind of staccato hits with muting in between. Whoops. Okay, then we're going to repeat that start bit. And then this time, we're going to do the same 2 notes. Except this time we're hitting them once open, and then twice pan muted, and then once open again. Okay, then we're going to go back to this 1st fret, bend, pick and slide. And then as we pull off after the slide, we hit that 1 more time. Then we're going to hit the open 6th string, fret the 3rd fret, then slide from 5 to 8 with our pinky on the 4th string. Okay, then play the open 5th string, then the 4th fret and 7th fret. Okay, then we're going to do the 6th fret on the 6th string, then the open 6th string, then the 9th fret, and then the 12th fret on the 4th string. Then the open 6th string again, 12th fret 6th string, 15th fret 4th string, back to that 12th fret on the 6th string and then the open string. Then we're going to slide from 12 to 8 on the 4th string. Pick the 9th fret 6th string. Then slide again from 8 to 5. So like that. Then pick the 6th string on the 6th fret. Then we're going to pick the 3rd string, 8th fret. Then back to that 5th fret on the 4th string and the 6th fret on the 6th string. Slide 5 to 2 and then pick the 3rd fret 6th string. Okay? The next part starts off exactly the same. Okay, up to that point. This part, however, we start with a tapping section. So we're going to tap 17 on the 1st string, pull off to the 5th fret, then hammer down our 3rd finger on the 7th fret, then tap 17, pull off the 5 on the 3rd string, and then hammer down 3rd finger onto the 4th string 8th fret. Okay, then we're going to finish it off by tapping 17 on the 6th string, pull off to the 6th fret and hit that open string. Then we're going to make this chord shape here, so that's the 6th fret on the 6th string. The 5th string is muted. Then we have the 7th fret on the 4th string, 6th fret on 3rd string, and pinky is on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. 1st string is muted by our 1st finger barring. Okay. And we're going to do 3 hits like that. And then slide that pinky over to the 7th fret and do 3 more hits. Okay, and then we're going to go back to this tap. And then take us back into this section again. Okay, and then we repeat that. This time, after we do this section, then we go straight into the tapping section. Okay, we don't do this. Sorry, whoops. We don't do that, we just go straight into this again. And then this time we do that which we've done before, except this time we go, instead of going into the tapping section again, we just take the 6th fret, the 6th fret 7th string and the 5th fret 6th string, and then slide it down and go into this bit again. This time we're going to repeat the tapping part. Okay, then we get to this section and we're going to end it differently. We're going to end it like the latter half of the first way we did it. Oops. Okay, like that. So we've already went through this, so I'm not going to explain that part. And then we end it with this, so this should be familiar as well. Okay, and then after that we go into the pre-chorus again. Okay, and that'll take us pretty much all the way through the riffs in this. Okay guys, so that should be it for this song. I think I've covered all the riffs. Please let me know in the comments if you have any issues or if there's any mistakes that I've made. Also, please check out my cover on the channel if you haven't already, because it might help you learn this song. Other than that, then thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.